Hey guys, I'm Chad with Bold Distribution, and here with my good friend Brian Murray. Yeah, Brian, always great to have you here in the shop and talk about life in the film world. And today, you know, I wanted to talk about Italy.
Okay.
Your son is in Italy,
playing soccer,
football, right?
Yeah, football.
Yeah. And I think of Italy and I think of quality, like quality cars, like beautiful, amazing cars. I'm a coffee guy, and I think about a really beautiful espresso.
Right.
And but interestingly enough, right here, conveniently
another
in front of us,
product. Yeah.
It's a wonderful Italian product that sort of embodies that quality we expect from Italy, right? Yeah. So we have a product called Lupo, and Lupo is not a new thing. They've been around since 1932. That's a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
Currently being run by the third generation. Andrea Lupo is the third generation Lupo to run the company.
Okay.
And they have these incredible products.
They're big on heritage, I'm learning.
It's kind of a thing.
Heritage is really, really critical.
It is important. You go to those car companies, those names are still sitting in the they're still in the office.
Yeah.
Lupo is no exception, and we're really excited to be talking about these. And they have, you know, lighting is, there's all kinds of different brands, and the competition in this space is really, really tough. But Lupo really does kind of stand out. First of all, we kind of joke, but really the quality that's coming out, because these are manufactured in Italy. These are not
sent off to elsewhere, another country to be manufactured, designed here,
designed and built
elsewhere.
in-house in Italy.
Okay.
And the products themselves are really kind of primarily designed for like theater, photography, live studio applications, TV broadcast, but they really do have a great versatile amount of products that you can put in any different scenario. Obviously, we have a panel sitting here.
Yeah.
So 1x1, they've got the 2x2 versions. They make Fresnels. They make what they call movie lights, which is actually a Bowens mount product.
Okay.
With a focusable chip on the COB. With you can use the Bowens attachments, including, you know, Fresnels and boxes and all kinds of things out there. But really, we just kind of want to talk about the applications on set. And the thing that's really unique about these is that they're really built tough. This is actually a plastic, but it's a hard, very high quality, almost indestructible.
Okay. It's lighter
injection molded plastic.
We were just talking yesterday about simplify and add lightness. That's a great phrase. Less is more. Being able to move something around on set, being able to put this on a stand and get it up high and tilt it down without things toppling over in 15 sandbags. Now, this is a product I haven't used on set yet. I do mostly documentary television series type work. And, you know, it requires you to be compact and you still want it to look good. I mean, nobody cares if you're out telling a story that you had to backpack everything in. They just want to see a good image. And the other things that they're scrolling through on the millions of options they have look really good. So your images have to look really good. So lighting is one of the most critical aspects of that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Lupo, as you tell me, is an Italian brand. You give me some time just today to really check out these lights. I'm not a reviewer like Gerald Undone or Gaffer and Gear. Those guys are amazing, but I'm a heavy user of these products.
And of course, I come from the broadcast video side of things. I'm not a gaffer either, but you know, obviously the part of the business that I'm involved in is heavily involved in lighting. The quality of the lights is really important. So when we talk about CRI and everything, you want to make sure that those products are.
And those things have
there.
Come up quite a bit, but there's still some subtle differences. There's little nuances, and Gaffer and Gear, it's a great website that taught me about that. You know, that the soft boxes that I'm using to make sure that material is good quality. And then the light itself, we can dial in these lights so precisely now. And if it's just a little bit lower quality, you'll get a magenta hue or a green hue to it that is unattractive. And I have said myself, and I'm ashamed to admit this, but we're shooting a flat profile. He can fix that in post. Let's just get them illuminated, you know. But if you can do it well and make it beautiful, where that colorist can spend more time actually making it gorgeous instead of just good, that's a much better lifestyle.
All that post-production still costs money at the end of the day. Nothing's free.
And guys get frustrated. If I send them a bunch of garbage and the lights are all over the place and they're having to work out really what a accumulates to my mistakes, that doesn't make them happy camper.
It doesn't. And the great thing I love about the Lupo products is that each range of the products, whether it's the panels, the Fresnels, the movie lights, they have options. So you're not just stuck with one and done. They have dual color versions where you can obviously, set your color temperature all the way from down in the 2000s, low tungsten, all the way to 6500. But they also offer a full color version as well, so that you can at least have a couple of versions there in that price point, because maybe you don't need the plus and minus green, the magenta, maybe it's not as much of an issue for you. But if you do need that, if you want the precision of the light, then you can go with the full color light to be able to get all that.
I rarely get into the full color stuff. I love the capabilities of the full color, but again, I refer to that documentary filmmaking. I'm out, I'm on the move. The ability to dial in those radical details. I said before, thank you to the founder of Lotus for simplify and add lightness. But this light is just a bicolor. It's got a really rugged button on the back. I can change my color temperature.
And that's aluminum too. That's not falling. That's not breaking off.
It's not a cheap piece, but it's really simple and it's dark. Even in here at the back of the light, I got to reach up and grab one side or the other and get it right. If I start bumping through menus in a situation like this, me and a sound guy and an assistant, we're out filming. I've got to make a quick adjustment. I have two buttons and I make real adjustments. So it's solid. It's got a nice tactile feel on it.
One of the biggest improvements on the panels that they've done recently is including the power supplies inside the lights, because often, a lot of the competitors have external ballast, external power sources, or, even previously here, they used to have the bricks, the power supply bricks. Now it's just a single power con that goes right here in the back of and it's got a variable voltage too. It'll take 14 to 24 volts.
Oh, really?
So, it being out in the field, if things aren't ideal conditions.
So I could run a block battery to this in the 4-pin. Am I seeing that here?
You can, absolutely. There's a 4-pin power right there.
Okay.
You also have DMX control, but the cool thing is if you're in the field, there's no DMX.
There's no DMX.
You got Bluetooth. So you can download the Lupo app, and you can control your light, gang them together, and do multiple lights all at once.
That would
be
you
get
really nice.
Basically, with Lupo, you get lots of options.
Okay.
There's so many options in the application.
I want to go back to something you just said. So I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to cover bases. I'm trying to get as much work done as a little amount of time as possible, so I can get more quality on the screen. So I have purchased inexpensive lights before, and
we all have.
They work. They work good. They do the job. I'm proud that we did good work. However, when you talk about saving time, and time is money, and simplify, that thing you mentioned about the back of this panel being, simple back here, and there not being cables going everywhere. Those cables and these different power supplies that come off, and then you've got 4 different cables, and you got to be the one that knows that this cable goes here and that cable goes there, and you hand it to an assistant, hand it to a gaffer, and a gaffer will just shake his head and push it to the side and go get his light out of the truck. But an assistant is trying hard as they can to do a good job for you and make it all work, and then you hand them this pile of stuff. You want to go do something else, and they don't know where any of those cables go. They don't know how it fits together. You've got a hazard with all this stuff floating around.
Sure.
I mean, it sounds like I'm making this up, but it really is an issue, and I hate it. And when I want to travel, being able, this is still a pretty thick panel, but that will drop in a case. You put one power supply. There's no external power supply. I don't got pieces coming off of this.
This and a cable. That's it.
That and a cable. And I can run it off a battery.
Absolutely.
This is a very useful light. Like, this is a light I wish I had, a year ago.
Well, we don't really have time in this video to really get into the tech specs of every single light that they have.
There's great reviewers for that.
There is.
An excellent job.
But the best way to do that is go to lupo.it at their website, and they actually have every single tech spec broken down. You can download those into individual tech sheets. And you can also see the just tons of accessories and things that they have for all of these products as well. We don't have time to get into it, but it's all right there, and you can check that out. But I should also mention, too, when we're talking about the competitive space that these lights fall in, they really do price well. They're actually quite affordable. And
it matters to me.
Yeah, it really does, yeah. So you get a lot of bang for the buck when you're talking about these products. But if you want to check out Lupo for yourself, and want to know where to find them in the United States, go to bolddistribution.us. You can also email us directly if you have any questions, mail@bolddistribution.us. Well, guys, make sure to check out Brian's company, Dynacam. You want to tell them where to find you?
So you can find us at dynacamteam.com, or on Instagram at dynacamteam. Always about the team on Dynacam.
Absolutely.
But yeah, and
There's
then
no team.
Me as a director of photography at just brianuri.com. And that's what we do. We've managed to stay in this business and spend time with you and learn about new products. So it's really a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always great to have you, Brian. Thanks for joining us, talking about some Lupo today. We'll see you guys soon.